So great to be here at the North Shore Children's Museum for our official ribbon cutting. This was a very special day for so many people. Very grateful to have this opportunity to bring a children's museum to our downtown, to Peabody Square. It's very meaningful to me to have so many people here to support us. And this doesn't happen without a great team effort. So many people contributed over the course of several years as we took little steps to finally bring this to fruition over the past year. Things have come together so nicely.
The people in the room tonight were really a testament to how this museum has come together. So we've had students, volunteers, municipalities, foundations, businesses, everyone's pitched in to open this museum, and it's been a community effort to get this off the ground.
Transforming this building from an empty bank to a children's museum has been fun. It's been busy, but most of all, it's been inspiring to see the community members work together, lending all of your unique strengths for our common goal. The museum's a product of literally hundreds of people working together, from businesses, municipalities, foundations, nonprofits, students, volunteers, city employees. So many of you in this room have contributed, and we just thank you so, so much. And none of this would be possible without Mayor Betancourt's unwavering vision and his ability to harness the key stakeholders in our community to bring the museum downtown. So I just want to say personally, thank you, Mayor, for trusting me with your baby here. And thank you to the City Council and the Community Development Authority for your support. And lastly, I just want to thank our small but mighty team here. We have Holly Watson, Maddie Borden, Norma Ross, and Susie Lord. Those are our employees, and you're so appreciated, and you've been critical to getting this off the ground without a hitch so far. So now I'm excited to turn it over to Mayor Ted Betancourt.
Well, thank you, Allie. This is really an exciting day for me personally. It's a very gratifying moment, meaningful moment, but really for the city. This is a tremendous addition to our downtown. I am so excited to be here with all of you, and I can't thank you enough for being a part of this celebration. This idea was born several years back in 2000, actually the end of 2014, early 2015, believe it or not. And this was an idea to bring a children's museum to our downtown. It started with an idea from Mark Whiting, who is the general manager at the North Shore Mall. Many of you know Mark. Mark talked about up in Dover, New Hampshire, what they have there and how they were able to bring a children's museum to their center of town and then build around it, and it's had great success. Mark is here today. I wanted to thank Mark Whiting for this idea. And he's been a great supporter of this from the very beginning. But again, this is very exciting for me. It was a few people that we took a bus ride up to Dover, New Hampshire, and since then we've been taking little baby steps along the way to make this happen. And then over the last year or so, everything just came together and has really brought this to fruition. And the addition of Allie and her ideas and her hard work and determination made all the difference in finishing this and opening up to what is just a beautiful children's museum that I'm so excited that there's going to be generations of children and families that are going to come here for some education and for enjoyment, and it's just wonderful. My wife is here, my wife Andrea, and yep. So she's had to put up with me for the last several years when we would go on vacation. We went up to North Conway. We've been up there a number of times, and there's a children's museum up there. And we would go on vacation or to one of my daughter's basketball or soccer tournaments. I'd always check out to see what's going on, and I'd be like, "Oh, there's a children's museum. Let's go check this out." And she's just like, "The children's museum again? Just build it already. Stop talking about it. Build it." So. But I am extremely grateful to so many people. And before I go further, actually, I did want to mention really what this means and why I thought that this could be a great addition to our downtown. And it wasn't me. It wasn't just me. There was a group of us that really shared this vision. I'm going to mention some of those people shortly. But I had a law office before I became mayor, right next door at 30 Main Street, where I worked for a number of years before becoming mayor. This was a TD Bank location. And I got a pretty good sense of the downtown, and I always felt that there was potential there, but we just hadn't made the investment, hadn't really pushed forward on some ideas. And it was something I spoke about very much during the election, something that was really a part of why I wanted to be mayor, because I felt that the downtown could really happen and be a place where people would come. I didn't want just the downtown to be a cut through to go to Salem or wherever. I wanted to try to create destination areas, anchors that would bring people to our downtown, and this is certainly happening here. I came one day, I didn't tell Allie or the team here, but I came, it was a couple of Saturdays ago, and I was just kind of hanging out watching, kind of actually think of it, it's kind of creepy. I'm sitting there. I better say that a little bit better. I was observing or whatever, and but there were people that came out of the museum and went across the street to Brothers Deli to eat. And I saw two large families. A number of people also go down the street where I know they were going to other locations, and that was what this was all about, to try to be a destination that would help a number of the local businesses, local restaurants, local shops, which we have really some amazing places here in our downtown. And over the last 10 years, I really feel like we've made some great strides. There's a couple more exciting things that are going to be happening in 2023. But I really feel like Peabody Square, Peabody downtown area is on the upswing, and this is going to be a huge factor in making this happen. So before I go further, and I'm not going to give much longer of a speech, but I did want to recognize a number of people that have played an instrumental part in making this happen. So I'm sorry, I have some notes here because I don't want to miss anybody. We've had tremendous support from the very beginning from all of our local leaders, city councilors, state legislators, and our school committee, just support across the way, which has been wonderful. We have some of our state legislators here that I wanted to mention. From our Peabody representatives, Tom Walsh and Sally Currens, have been great supporters. Thank you. I also wanted to welcome, it's great to have him here, the state representative from Beverly, Jerry Paracella. Jerry, thank you for being here. Our state representative from Salem and our district attorney-elect. It's wonderful to have him here, Paul Tucker. Thank you, Paul. So I did get a nice phone call earlier from our Salem mayor, soon-to-be Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll. We were talking about her birthday party that we're going to book here next year. I think it was 39 for her. She liked when I said that, so I'm going with that. Also, we have Senator Joan Lovely's office, and Senator Lovely's just been amazing, but Rosa Alvarado, I wanted to thank for being here representing Senator Lovely. And we also have Shana from Senator Brendan Crichton's office over in Lynn. Great to have you here also, Shana. We have Norman Abbott here from our Congressman Seth Moulton, who's been a big supporter of our downtown. Norman has been wonderful to work with, so thank you, Norman, for being here. Okay, I want to acknowledge, so just to give a little bit of a background, I talked about that we had little baby steps. Well, the big step we took was in 2018 when we opened up our Curious City Pop-Up Museum, which was over at the Peabody Leather Workers Museum, the George Peabody House. And I'm very grateful to the Peabody Historical Commission Society to allow us to utilize that space for the year to do a test drive to see if this could work and be a part of our long-term future. You know, it was an idea that we thought could work, but we really needed to be able to make the investment and show the public that it was worth the investment. We needed to do a test drive. And a group that believed in us from the very beginning and helped fund, in large part, this initiative, this pop-up museum, was the Essex County Community Foundation. And we have a number of people here today. I wanted to mention them. Beth Francis, Carol Lavoie Schuster, Stratton Lloyd, and Karen Stubin from the Essex County Community Foundation, who supported us from the beginning. From our city council, we had near unanimous support every step of the way for this funding, and there was a whole bunch of work we had to do to make this a reality. I wanted to mention all of our city councilors: Tom Gould, Tom Rosignol, Ryan Melville, Craig Welton, Pete McGinn, Julie Daigle, Stephanie Peach, Dave Gamache, Mark O'Neill. Thank you for believing in this vision. I also wanted to mention from our school committee here today, Joe Amico and Brandy Carpenter. Thank you both for being here. I wanted to thank our Community Development Authority. They gave us a $400,000 loan to help make this a reality in terms of providing us with finances to purchase some materials, do some of the work in here. And I wanted to thank those members for their support. Jared Hockman is also back there from the school committee. Thank you, Jared, for being here. From our library trustees, Katrina Vassallo. Thank you, Katrina, for being here as well, your support. A couple of others. I wanted to thank our superintendent, Josh Vidala, who is here, our school superintendent, assistant superintendent, Mark Higgins. They've been a part of this as consultants and assisting with us. And I really wanted to thank them as well. I know they're both here walking around. We've been blessed to have some wonderful support from our city department heads. We have our chiefs here today, Chief Tom Griffin from the police department, Chief Joe Daly from the fire department, Sharon Cameron from our health department, our IT team, Frank, Peter, Justin is here today helping us. Reese was here earlier. Kurt Bellavance has been a key figure for this, our community development director, part of our board, and has been a part of a number of meetings to help make this happen. And Dan Doucette, our purchasing agent, part of our finance team. So thank you all for being here. A great part of this project was the ability to partner with some of our local artists. I didn't do this draw. I know many of you thought I did this work here on the walls, these murals. It wasn't Allie and I. It was incredibly talented people. I've seen some of them here today. This is really special, the work they did, and has really made this a special place, a place for families to gather. And that's been a great part of this, is to be able to have our local artists take part and be a part. So I wanted to thank all of our local artists. Can we get a round of applause? We've had tremendous sponsors from across our community, businesses, companies that have believed in our vision. Just today, we received a significant check from North Shore Bank. Their president, Kevin Tierney, was here providing us with a very large donation. But we've had so many different businesses step up, and I wanted to thank all of them that are here. Kevin, thank you to you and your team, and so many others that were a part of supporting us. This cannot just work on a city budget. We need assistance, we need donations and sponsorships, and I just thank all of you for believing in our vision. Our team here, led by Allie, who's just an amazing worker, just a very talented person who really, again, finished this and made this happen. We have a tremendous team here, and the museum volunteers, a number of people here that have been a part of this. It's just such a wonderful place to walk into. Smiles and just caring people that have dedicated so much. Thank you. I also want to thank, when this happened, this location came about, and it was really just the last year things coming together very nicely. Viceroy Properties purchased this building from TD Bank. We reached out to Viceroy to discuss the possibility of utilizing a portion of the space or all of the space. And I couldn't have asked for better people to work with. Carl Valeri is here, Sandra Capo. I wanted to recognize them and thank them for... They really ended up becoming really partners in all of this, and I'm just very grateful. They couldn't have been better to work with, and very, very grateful to have them a part of our team. And I wanted to mention two people that were integral in making this, doing the build-out work, which was a significant amount of work. I wanted to thank Gail Nault and also Mike Ross for their hard work over here. Okay, so last thing I want to say, there are a few people here that have, I'm forever grateful to. They were part of this from back in 2014, 2015, that I wanted to recognize individually. I have a special gift for each of them that I wanted to come up and get. But there's 4 people that made this a reality, from the beginning when we took the trip to Dover, New Hampshire, to working on the pop-up Curious City, It doesn't happen without each of these 4 people helping along the way. Different points, people were key figures, but really came down to 4 people that really made this happen. And I wanted to recognize each of the 4, and I'm forever grateful again for they did it on a volunteer basis, advocating for this, putting articles in the newspaper, speaking to donors and possible sponsors. And again, I'm forever grateful. They're part of our, many of them are part of our board now moving forward. But I wanted to recognize first the best dressed guy in this place, Tim Brown. Here's Tim. And what this gift is, I don't know if I can open one of these. Let me see. It's a. Yeah. Oh.
Tim's like, I'll open it.
It's almost a snow globe. It's a little just a thank you. And on the back of it, it just says, "We did it with deepest gratitude." And Tim Brown was just been a huge part of this and continues to be. Next, I wanted to ask Deanne Healy to come up. Deanne has wore a number of hats in our city, but has been so important in making this happen from her work as a chamber director, which we have her back as our chamber director, but also with the Curious City Pop-Up Museum, and I'm very thankful, Deanne. Our former library director, who has just given her heart and soul to the city and to this project. And I wanted to ask Martha Holden to come up, and I wanted to thank Martha. And also a person who's been with us from the very beginning. And all these 4 and so many others have been a part of meetings for months and years. And again, I'm so grateful, and I wanted to ask Camille Bartlett, our Executive Director of PAT, to come up. All right, so before I hand it off for the official ribbon cutting, we do have a plaque, a memorial that is dedication to this moment when we opened up our Peabody Children's Museum, and I wanted to actually direct your attention over to the blue curtain. That's So I'm very happy to have here to celebrate this moment with us, this ribbon cutting, Karen Andreas from the North Shore Chamber of Commerce, and Deanne Healy from the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce. And I wanted to turn it over to them. We're going to do a ribbon cutting. We can't do it outside, so we're going to do it in here. But I wanted to turn over to Karen or Deanne. Anybody would like to say a few words? I know Karen's here too.
I can't really add much more than what the mayor has said. I've been here for the ride. It's nice to see this come to fruition. And having been involved with Peabody Main Street since its inception too, this is something we've been working towards for a long time. And I think it's going to be a real catalyst for downtown and the surrounding businesses. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Deanne and Mayor, and to all of you. This is what happens when great people get together and do great things. This is what the North Shore is all about, and I'm very appreciative to be here. We own the big scissors, thus, that's why we were invited. No, just kidding. This is great. If you're looking for the mayor these days and you can't find him, he'll be in the bug room. I have a feeling that's his favorite over there. But seriously, this is a great place. I remember many years ago when I worked at the Peabody Times. Do you all remember? Anybody remember the Peabody Times? Way back when, at the Peabody Times downtown. And I'll tell you, the downtown did not look like this. So congratulations to you, Deanne, and to you, Mayor, for this great catalyst for not only the city of Peabody, but for the North Shore. as a destination. So with that, let's get the ribbon and the big scissors.
Think of the generations of kids and families that are going to come here to enjoy this museum, to learn, to have fun, and it brings a great smile to my face, and I'm happy to be a part of this. And I think this is going to be wonderful for our downtown. Our businesses, our restaurants, our shops, I think are all going to benefit from this being here, a destination spot that's going to bring people to Peabody Square. And I'm really excited about the future for Peabody Square, and it's just a wonderful day.